welcome to another Cleverdix podcast. In this podcast, we are talking to Brian Gray again. This is the second time we've spoken to Brian. In this episode, we talk about his epic 148-kilometre swim down the Waikato River. We talk about some of the planning and what he needed to do to get up for it and how he felt leading up to it and during the swim, and also some of the adventures on the swim. Then we start talking about potentially what he's going to be doing next. Although he's not really trying to commit to anything, I think we've got some more adventures to actually hear from Brian. I think you're going to enjoy this one. Cheers. Bye. So welcome to another Cleverdix podcast. In this podcast, we are going to talk to Brian Gray again. This is the first time we've got a guest come back. So clearly we did something not too bad the first time around, Brian.
Oh, times are hard, Jim. Recycling.
So I think maybe not everyone might have listened to the first one. So do you just want to give us a bit of your story just to refresh all of our memory, and then we can go into some of the amazing things you've done recently?
Well, I was thinking about this today. It's a bit of a short story. I got into swimming in a squad when I came back from London. I think I was 25. Don't make me say how many years ago that was. And then I just got into long swimming in 2020.
Yeah.
So not really that long ago, and had my first crack at long swim at Taupo in 21 and got a DNF and managed to do it again the next year, which was quite a hard swim for me. I found it quite tough. So I decided to I get really interested by the whole designing a swim, something that suits you and your swim style. And of course, as everyone knows, Taupo is tough because it's just a big long drag and it's mind games. You're stuck in the middle, not seeing much improvement. So next year I decided to swim around Waiheke, so you get movement.
Yeah.
So that was it 22, I think. And then I had an enforced 2 years off. And so I've just done my big one.
Just done your big one.
Just for reference, two things. One is the Waiheke swim was a 55-kilometre swim.
Yep.
And it was also the first time anybody has ever swum around that island.
Yep.
And secondly, your wife obviously wears the pants that you had to have an enforced 2 years off, yes?
Yeah, she's actually going 3 years for the next one.
Okay. I just wanted to...
We'll see. We're putting it down on record. Whether it's 2 or 3 years. I'm saying 2, she's saying 3, so it'll probably, we'll see.
2.5.
Yeah.
So you don't have anything in the bank from all those years when you weren't swimming? You can't claim any of those?
Unfortunately not, no.
Wow.
Got to get a decent lawyer to revise that contract, dude.
A really good lawyer, because I think a lawyer wrote it up.
She is a lawyer. That's rock in a hard place.
Okay, so you've done your Waiheke swim and you were thinking, what next? So I'm guessing you kind of thought, I'd like to do something that hasn't been done before?
Yeah, the motivation for the next one, I was going to do the Waikato River.
Yep.
My dad died a bit before I started doing long swims, and he was such a cool guy, and I really miss him. And so I had this new passion of long distance swimming, and his was history, and he really loved the Waikato River. And so I wanted to combine his passion with my passion just to feel a bit closer. Sounds a bit corny, but that was it.
No, that's very cool. Sounds very cool.
So Ivan and I went and did a bit of a recce, and it ended up being it was colder than I thought, and I'm not very good with cold. And also he freaked out a bit on the first rapid. It's like 50 metres of getting in. And no cell phone reception, and actually it's not that easy to get down to the river. So I did the old endurance thinking, well, I can't do this 80k, so what else? And I'll do 150 instead. So
okay, let's not do 80, let's do 150. Okay. I'm not sure how that sort of speaks to the long swimming sort of mental approach to life.
No. It speaks to my logic.
It speaks to your logic. Okay, so how did you manage to do 150 then if 80 was a long way?
Well, I saw this Mark Twain quote by coincidence this morning, which said that ignorance and confidence pretty much guarantees you success, and I think that sums it up. So I decided as soon as that Wanganui trip, heralded, but we could see that it wasn't going to be a goer. And so straight away I went and checked out what else I could do and did quite a few recce's. Ivan and I went and checked out various spots on the river.
Yeah.
Swam at the Port Waikato. So for the record, what I did was swim from the dam at Karapiro down to Port Waikato. So we checked out down at Port Waikato and various places going up.
Yeah.
There was quite good current. It seemed down below it was 3k an hour.
Yeah.
And just it seemed warm enough. And so I got an Excel sheet and worked out how fast I swam based on my taupo time, and then plotting the currents all the way down. It was actually quite a complicated swim to work out because you need to make sure you hit the bottom at the right time because it's tidal for 20k or so.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you hit it at the wrong time, then you're going up instead of down. And right down the bottom seemed to be like 4k an hour current. So you can't swim against it.
Wow, 4k an hour going upstream.
I don't know, upstream, going downstream it was 4k, right at the bottom.
Got you.
So complicated to try and work out. And, if you're 5% wrong, then that adds up hour on hour over.
So we cocked it up in the first hour of your swim, right? What happened that you... Because there were some issues, yeah?
There was a bit of an issue. It was supposed to start at 8 and started at 9.
So there I go. That's your hour.
That
How can you tell me you didn't cock it up?
Well, there was more.
Okay.
More than that. So I checked it out. Like I'll take a step back. I had some really awesome people helping me. So of course there's Ivan, because no one does any big swims without Ivan, it seems.
Yes.
And my brother-in-law Brent, who's been on all my successful swims. And I've got childhood mates, Mel and Tim, who they brought along the big boat.
Yep.
And the other two guys got from a Facebook post in the local Cambridge Facebook.
Yep.
So a friend posted there asking if someone would help a swimmer, someone with a small boat would help a swimmer. Yep. And so this guy, Rob, or his wife, said, yep, my husband will help.
Okay, cool.
And met up with him, and we went and did a swim from the dam down and checked it out, and all right, this is how long it takes to get up there and all that sort of thing. Also, Rob's brother Mike helped as well. Just to can't miss anyone out.
Yeah.
So we jumped in the boat in Cambridge, and it took us like 20 minutes to get up to the dam or something, and had a great swim and worked out the speeds. But then on the day we did the same thing, except we had an extra person. We had Ivan in.
Okay.
And so it took us, instead of 20 minutes to get up, it took an hour to get up. This little boat didn't handle the extra. And I had to get out and run part way. So we started off an hour late, and it was just such a beautiful experience up there. There's this little beach. We decided the beach because on that day when we went to check it out, we motored up to close to the bottom of the dam, and there was this really big angry man in a fluoro vest swearing his head off at us. So we popped just around the corner, and that's how we decided we were going to start the swim.
Okay. That was just a safety thing he was concerned about, was it?
Yeah, they had the gates open. That was a really fun swim. I'd recommend that. But magic start. It was a beautiful day when we started the swim, and quite surreal.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful blue sky, and standing on the beach, knowing that something magic's about to happen. The whole experience was just beautiful. It was a big adventure because we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just so exciting from the moment we turned up, because we stayed at this guy's Rob's house.
Yep.
We rocked up on Friday afternoon, and it was palpable that the electricity in the air, and it was just incredible feeling. The whole group, I'm all tingling just thinking about it now.
Nervous energy, eh?
Yeah, but we knew something was going down, and so on that morning when you're actually doing it, you know that you're boating up the river. The river's beautiful and flat. You wouldn't recognise it up past Cambridge.
Okay.
It's like these big. It's quite deep down, the big cliffs on the side, and ferns growing everywhere. It flows really fast because all the rivers squash down into a small area.
Yeah.
And it was very, very surreal. We're there greasing up, and then these guys came out of the bush with bows and arrows.
Oh, wow.
We're standing on this remote beach. You can't get there by road or anything. Go, what are you doing? I was just going for a swim. Oh, where are you going? Just swimming down the pool. Oh. Yeah, so we started off late, but pretty relaxed. I don't get fazed by too much, and I don't really remember too much else. How's that for a podcast?
Right. I think there's lots more of the story, because I can fill in bits from other bits.
Yeah, well, so we'd organised it. There was a big boat, which is 6.5 metres, and then we had Rob's little boat.
Little boat, yeah.
And the idea was that we'd have 2 shifts, so a driver and a feeder.
Yep.
Feeder/observer. They'd do 4 hours each and then swap over. So we started off with one team going up, coming down, and then we met the boat.
Yeah.
As we were going down, and it was just so beautiful and relaxed and sunny. And I think it took about 4 hours to get into Hamilton, and it was lovely just seeing all the houses and all the people in the sun relaxing and enjoying themselves. And then you had some people coming out and cheering, but I don't think too many people knew what was going on. We'd had a little bit of media in the Waikato Times, so there were some people, and it started off really well. There's a bit of foreboding.
So all the way down to Hamilton, and everything is going fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
Water temperature was good.
Yeah, it was about 20 degrees, I think. And until we got to Ngārawahia, and it started getting dark.
Yep.
And ends up there's not actually that much water in the river.
Yes.
Not quite as much.
I say, is that because it just widens out a lot?
Yes, it does. And they were an amazing team, and just I didn't know there were any problems whatsoever. But all of a sudden, everyone was in this little 3.5 metre boat, both teams.
Yeah, okay.
It fitted 2 people at the best of times. But all of a sudden, there was 4 people in there. It ends up that the big boat had been running along flat tat and then hit the sandbank. And that had happened several times. And the inlet for the water on the engine got clogged up with sand and stones and things like that. I don't know how they managed to get 4 people in that little boat.
You reckon the boat's still there now?
Well, they ran aground and just said, I guess we're camping here the night. And so they spent the night there. They had to wait for someone to come and go and pick up the trailer.
Okay.
And then they somehow managed to get the boat off ground because it's quite heavy. Big
Sounds like a
fiberglass thing.
mission, yeah.
And so they had to go by road down to the bottom.
So were you left alone for any period of time?
I didn't notice. I mean, I must have. I've got a bit of a history of just swimming off.
Yes.
So just on that one, I'm kind of interested, if you sort of look back in hindsight, is there anything sort of planning-wise that could have helped the big boat get down there? Was it just because it was dark and just because it was dark that they couldn't sort of pick a channel? I'm guessing there's probably enough channels if you knew where to go that you could take the boat all the way down.
No,
it was just shallow across the whole of the river.
there's definitely channels, but even the little boat had to be dragged.
Yeah.
So you could go down a channel and then at the end you'd be stuck. And that's what happened at night. So from Ngaruahia, it started to get dark and we had 4 people in the boat in it.
So it was heavier and deeper, yeah.
Yes. It was a great little boat, flat bottom, fortunately.
Like a little IRB, little inflatable?
And like an aluminium IRB.
Okay.
Like
Yes.
it doesn't have the
Okay.
So the whole thing was aluminium. It was quite light. It's 100 kg.
Okay. So potentially you didn't need a big boat.
Well,
Obviously you didn't
potentially,
because
but
you
then,
got to the end without it. Right?
if you didn't have a big boat, then you'd need people going by car and being
Okay.
dropped off to be picked up by the little boat.
Okay.
I'd gone through all the different combinations and permutations and
Yeah.
doing things. And I always go with whatever is the most simple. So if you just start, you run together and then you just...
I have to agree with you. I think keeping the team together as much as possible would make logical sense to me anyway, yeah.
Yes. And, now we've finished, we know that you can't do it.
So just to kind of support you on that one, so we escorted and helped Yvonne on the Taupo swim, and I launched from the other end of the lake, as you know, with his wife. And I'll tell you what, finding the swimming group in the middle of Lake Taupo was an interesting exercise. And there was times when I was thinking, I wonder what I'm kind of doing here, because even with, I could see the tracker information and I had, a Google map, but it wasn't that easy to put it together. And a small boat on a big lake is surprisingly hard to pick up.
Mm.
So I think that your point of keeping everything together is appropriate, if you can do it.
Yes. And having been there, I know you left out a lot of other fun details too. That was a good weekend.
That was a very good weekend, yes.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt you.
Yep.
Go.
Oh, I was going to say, so that was nighttime, and the whole night was just a bit of a blur, really. It got less and less water, and you're swimming down channels and then crossing over to another one.
So when you say crossing over, so you swam until you kind of almost ran aground, and then you'd have to just walk over the channel until you found enough water?
Drag down into the next channel. It was not, not a long way. I could stay in the water.
Yeah.
It was shallow. My hands were on the bottom.
Okay, so you didn't have to stand.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you managed to just keep swimming, but the boat had to be helped.
For 4 guys in a boat, they had to
Okay.
drag it down those little bits. And then I don't know what happened, but at one stage we'd gone through one of those channels. I don't know where we were. I think it was 5 o'clock in the morning. It got quite foggy.
Oh, okay.
And I totally got lost and ended up swimming upstream for an hour.
Mm.
And I don't know how it happened. I thought I was following direction.
Yeah.
I thought we'd gotten down to where there's quite a few islands as you get further on down. And I thought I was going along the other side of an island. I didn't actually realize it was just a river with 2 banks.
Yeah.
And so they lost me for quite a while. And I thought that was it. I got a bit sad at that stage.
You thought that was the end of your swim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I turned around.
So they found
seems
you and
obvious
told
talking
you
about
you
it.
were going the wrong way.
No, well, I mean, I just knew it was really hard swimming. And so I thought, all right, that's it. They told me to go this way.
Yeah.
I had actually turned back and then turned round again,
Yes.
looking for them. And I thought, oh, well, I can't carry on going against the current.
Yeah.
And it seems pretty obvious now, but
Yeah.
I've been swimming for quite a while, and I don't think the best at the best of times.
Yeah, but you're also fatigued now. I mean, you've been going for almost, 20 hours by that stage?
Yeah.
So just thinking out loud about that one, do you think that there's any value in, so we've got Mike provides these little trackers, which are great, and they're battery powered, sort of satellite GPS kind of things. Do you think that on some of these more adventurous swims, it would be more sensible to, especially at night, to have the swimmer actually swim with a tracker, even if it's put it into a little tow float or something like that? Do you think there's any value in that?
Maybe at night. Maybe I just shouldn't be so stupid.
Yeah, but I think you have to. I don't think that it's that at all. You've got a very fatigued swimmer. You're in a different environment. There's so many extra things, and you're trying to just swim, right? So I think just pure safety wise, whether that would be something worth thinking about.
I guess if the circumstance made it necessary, like it was, as I say, it was foggy and it was nighttime, you think it would be hard to get lost. And current means you could probably get along faster as well, which is another complication.
So you're saying like gap in the market, instead of find my iPhone, it's find my swimmer.
Well, I was thinking one of the other things, when you're just purely thinking safety, you might have a tracker which would help your crew come and find you. But suppose you were swimming up a branch of the river, and you got up a tributary or something like that, and you got really tired. So how do you call for help? So having a little a PLB or something with a swimmer at night time when things are there, I just think it's
what the hell's a PLB?
It's
like one of those things they put in the Kiwis, and then they have those aerial things that they try and find.
Got you.
It's a personal locator beacon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now where are you going to shove that inside mine? That thing's big, dude.
Put that in a tow float.
There's a lot of words tow float though.
Says who?
Says
this is a unique
swimming.
This is a unique swim.
Well, you're all greased up already anyway, right? So we could make a plan with that.
Slap it on. Yeah.
Okay, you can get your own one.
What were you feeding through the night? Did you stop and have like a proper meal?
Well, I started on kumara.
Yep.
I'm not into I don't like all the ultra processed crap. It's not very good for you. Jim knows I got a rant on it. I'm not going to go on, but I want to be more into whole foods.
Yep.
But that didn't work because it ends up I don't have the throughput on your stomach.
Yep.
That came up after 10 hours. So I work really well with gels.
Yep.
They seem to do the right thing for me. So I was on gels and then hot drinks at night.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you need that.
So like soup or tea or?
No, it was one of those energy drinks.
Okay.
But just warmed up.
Yeah, warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't handle cold very well.
Yeah.
So that's super important for me.
I've never actually had a warm drink while I'm swimming, but I could imagine it would feel very pleasant.
Yes.
If it was the right temperature, yeah.
And it feels hotter and hotter the colder you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm really keen, and something that I've been playing around with a lot before that is going on the fat burning. So you can train yourself to be more of a fat burner. So I'm pretty keen on that. I'm pretty keen to try that on the next 24-hour swim.
What would you need to do?
You change your diet and get a bit more keto leading up to it.
Okay. So it's in like 6 weeks or a month?
12 weeks is probably the thing.
Would you also do the sort of time restriction things so that your body is more used to getting into sort of the ketosis, or is it really just about the diet that you're thinking?
It's two things. One is you change your diet and you change your swim intensity. Because as you swim slower, you're burning a higher percentage of fat.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on that. I swim slow all the time. And I'm not
Look at you. There's this guy, year before last, an Aussie, ran 5 marathons in 5 days and didn't eat anything all week.
Really?
Just had salt and water and then a magnesium tablet in the morning.
So when we spoke to Neil Aegis, he's got a fairly good nutrition plan now, but some of his training swims before that, he would do 6 hours no feeding to get his body kind of used to, just as you say, working on the sort of the fat stores and sort of acclimatize himself there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that. So I've been eating whole foods for a couple of years, and I don't have any starchy stuff. If I'm doing a swim in the weekend, I won't have any carbs the night before, and then have nothing pre-swim and nothing during the swim. I quite happily swim for 4 hours without getting. And you're not hungry when you get out either, so you don't get out and get stuck into carbs and then start that cycle of So, and I've got so much energy now. It drives the missus nuts. Like I'm always up doing the dishes, cooking dinner, mowing lawns, and doing the housework, going for walks, going for swims. I've just got so much energy.
Do you do any other like supplements or anything to go with that, or?
I do most supplements. I don't think are that good or necessary, but I do protein, animal protein, and I do
Creatine?
I do creatine.
Yeah.
But vitamins and things like that are often, they can be bad for you, like too much iron and things. And then they're all synthetic. They're not actually, if you take vitamin C, it's generally not vitamin C.
So you don't eat meat?
No, I do.
You do eat meat. And you have a protein supplement.
Well, it kicks off, I love this. I'm like so into the science and what every swim does for you. I totally changed all my swimming, all my feeding, everything. I just flipped on its head and changed. And I just think all my training, I think about what's this swim doing to my body. And every time you swim, why you swim, what you're doing for it. I hardly ever swim fast. I'm just going about the adaptions. And my whole training for this swim is I was swimming about 12 times a week and doing about 25 hours training. But I was going for the lots of little.
Yes.
Because you got 3 triggers. You can do your intensity, your duration, or your frequency. And those are the only things that you can muck around with. If you up your intensity, then the other 2 suffer. If you're swimming 3 times a week for an hour, then that's 3 hours out of 168. It's like a real small signal to your body that you're a swimmer. So and when you stop swimming, your body's upregulated. You get this thing called afterburn. So an hour swim is actually an hour and a half swim. So what I did is lots of littles. So you get the effect of your swim and the afterburn. So
I'd just like some of our listeners to realize your definition of little swims, because I was following you on Strava on the lead up to this. And do you classify your 10K swims as just little swims?
I don't think 10K is I wouldn't say 10K is a big swim.
No, but it's not a little swim, right?
It's a regular swim.
For you, yes.
Well, if you're doing 150K, if you're training for 150K, I can see it's a...
So your 12 swims a week, you said there was roughly 25 hours of swimming?
25 hours of exercise,
Okay.
not swimming.
Okay.
So Mondays I do the squad, which is an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and then I swim for an hour after.
Yep.
And then go back for lunchtime squad, and then
Yep.
go back for the after work
Yep.
squad. Plus, there's lots of biking because I bike everywhere.
You ride to the squad. Yep.
And then the next day be an easy day because you got to recover.
Yep.
So I only do biking and then do gym and then
Tiny swim.
swim with
Yep.
a small swim.
Yep.
And then Wednesday's the same as Monday, so 3 swims.
Big day. Yep.
Thursday is another easy day, but
Yep.
then you have Kiwi swim series.
So a bit of intensity.
Yeah, and then Friday that's 2 swims because there's no evening squad. And then Saturday and Sunday I just do like sort of around 12 to 16, but do really
Ocean on the weekends.
usually pool.
Okay.
The faster you go, the bigger the mess is how I look at it for your swims. If you swim with a high heart rate, whether it's training or whether it's a big swim,
Yep.
you can't go as far.
Yep.
So if you look at a sprinter, they go flat out,
Yep.
a sprint runner,
Yep.
100 meters,
Yep.
their heart rate's massive.
Yes.
Compare that to a marathon runner,
Yep.
they can't maintain that heart rate,
Yes.
but they can go a lot further.
Yep.
Then compare that to an ultra guy, they can't maintain the heart rate of a
marathon
marathon runner. I think a lot of swimmers swim at marathon heart rate when they should be doing
Slower, a
ultra.
little bit slower. Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Yeah.
So my weekend swims, often my heart rate's about 110.
Yep.
And I just swim a long time and then that's your fat burning.
Yeah. That's
So
pretty
getting
comfy,
that
yeah.
pathway and you can just go forever and you barely need to recover. So I think you want to swim as much as you can.
Yeah.
But the as you can is I measure with HRV, so
Yeah.
your heart rate variability. So I have 2 apps that I use to do that. So in the morning when you wake up, because you've just finished your recovery, so that's when you measure your recovery.
Yeah.
And I see if am I properly recovered or not. If I'm not properly recovered, then I'll
So,
go easy.
would you define yourself as more of a swimmer or more of a nerd?
I literally spend hours and hours looking at research and podcasts and YouTube.
I can't say. You and Jim will get along like a ass on fire.
Well, we kind of do because we've got very similar hobbies.
Yeah.
I often start thinking about my swim route in the ocean after I've started actually swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
All right, where should I go now?
I
I
must
need to
admit, I'm also interested in it, so I think everybody's body reacts differently. Yeah. So
Everyone
if we
is
go
so
back to your long swim, I remember you saying afterwards, were you sore? And you said,
No, not at all.
whereas if I swim, almost all of my swims, if it's 3 hours or more, my arms hurt. They hurt lots. Now, I reckon I could probably
You've got little arms though, eh?
I could probably get better if I did longer duration swims. I kind of get that. But even when I was a runner / jogger, more of a jogger, I would end up with very sore muscles after that, even when I considered myself quite fit. So I think that there must be, everybody can improve. I'm a believer that, with the right training, you can take whatever your base is and you can make it better. But I also believe that everybody's base is different and how far you can take it is dependent on basically your body and the approach that you take to change. So
Yeah, but also on top of that, you've got different bodies. So I can't put on muscle if I try. So I think I'm all slow twitch.
Yeah.
So I think I was built to go long.
Yeah.
And I've got long arms, which I think helps as well.
Sure.
So
I'm going to claim that's why you're so much better than me.
Yeah, well, also if I've been swimming for a while, as I say, I started in squads when I was 25.
Did you actually swim at school? Were you a
No,
swimmer
I was-
then or other sports?
No, I wasn't. I remember this memory came to me earlier in the week for some reason, thinking about sport and the mind, because I think swimming is all in your head, especially as you go along. When I was at secondary school, I was training running in my last year, and my mum told me, "Oh, your grandfather was a really good runner. It's in your genes." And she just said that, and I started running after school, and every night I'd run for an hour and a quarter, hour and a half. And when it came to cross country, I just did really, really, really well. And it was just because I told myself, or my mum had told me, "You were good at this," or "Your grandfather's good."
So mentally,
and then I beat pretty much everyone in the school cross country team. But it's just that little thing,
the
just
belief
something that someone has said.
Yeah, belief. Yeah, that mental aspect to it. Yeah, I'm a believer in that. Yeah.
Yep. It's that confidence and ignorance, Jim.
yeah,
Confidence and ignorance. Yeah. Well, I've got one of those. Yeah. Okay, so let's just go back to you. So we kind of got sort of halfway down the river, and we were lost in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Maybe we carry on with this story for a bit there. Yeah.
Well, I managed to find one of the guys, and because they're all split up, and there's some people on the bank, and I think Ivan was getting attacked by eels. He was feeding them chocolate logs. And we came across him, and I think we were at Mercer or something.
Okay. Yeah.
In the end, so we were just back on track again. That was it. It was like it hadn't happened. I thought they were going to be really angry with me for being stupid. And I was just, the whole way down, I couldn't believe that these guys had given up their time to help. The whole way down, just filled with appreciation. And I was just really happy that they didn't shout at me. Yeah. And so we just kept on going, like, no one said anything. It was like, "Oh, he's back, okay." And off we
they
went.
were probably relieved. They probably thought you were lying dead in a bush somewhere. So they were
somewhere.
happy. Yeah.
Yes. They were, honestly, the whole way down, these guys were incredible. All the troubles they hit, and just hit it all.
Yeah.
And keep things positive.
I think there's a bit of an interesting dynamic there. You've got all the supporters are trying their best to just give the good vibes to the swimmer, and they're all focused on the swimmer, and then the swimmer's got nothing else to think about. He's just, I hope all my supporters are okay, and I appreciate what they're doing. And you kind of got this cross flow of energy, I think.
You don't know what the hell's going on, or you find out afterwards about boats crashing and all these sort of things. And, it's the duck with its feet going below the water, flat tap, and everything looking normal. Yeah. So things were, pretty uneventful. From then, the light came up, and started to see a few more people. There was one guy who it helped out. I say helped out with the trying to understand the river. So there was a lady whose brother-in-law lived down there, and he was saying, "Oh, come down, we'll go out in the river, and the kids have moved out of home, come stay." And there's so many people like that. He was awesome. So we went out with him, and he showed us all the channels and all the areas that never ran out of water, evidently, except for that day. And so he was down there, and people, there were more people.
So one question on just the lack of water. We had a pretty dry summer, and especially with that guy who knew the river so well. Do you think that it was just almost unfortunate that it was a dry summer? If we'd had a bit of a wetter summer, do you feel the swim would have gone better, or would you have still had similar sort of challenges?
I think it would have gone a lot better. I actually talked to Mercury Energy, asked them if they'd open up the gates for me, but they weren't so keen.
They declined.
So about 9 o'clock, how do you feel? No. It was definitely dry, and the river was definitely pretty low.
Yeah.
And then from then on, the sun came up. It was just a bit of a grind. We were behind time, so we weren't getting the toilet flush
Yep.
that we were hoping for. And it went on for quite a long time.
So
But it's beautiful scenery.
at that stage, obviously, sun's come up. You're looking at now 24 hours of swimming type scenario
Yep.
ish.
Yeah. It's not the most exciting, but I was feeling pretty good.
Yep.
Um,
Did you have any indication of how much further you had to go? Did you ask? Were you interested, or were you just quite happily?
it's a good question. I had recognised various points from when we'd gone up with
Yep.
that guy,
Yep.
and it seemed like there was a long way to go, but it doesn't sound very motivational. And people ask you, why do you do this and stuff? And it's the same answer. It's that I haven't got anything else to do.
Yeah.
So if you get out, then what else do you do? So you just keep on swimming and filling in time.
Yeah. Listening to your body, I guess, listening to some thoughts. I would assuming your mind goes to places it hasn't haven't occupied for a little bit.
Yeah, I have. There's various things I do just to have conversations, or started shitting my pants for a while just for something to do.
Okay, that's interesting, Brian.
Running out of options.
Talk us through that. Did you do that on purpose, or was that a bit of an accident?
No. Well, I had all that kumara, so
it's got to come out, eh?
Yeah.
Hello, swimmers. I'm Shannon Keegan, U.S.-based founder of Intrepid Water and host of the podcast Stories from the Water. My friends at Swimscape in Auckland, New Zealand, are the proud ambassadors of Auckland's most iconic ocean marathon swim, the 20 kilometers around Rangitoto Volcano in the Hauraki Gulf. This is a very achievable marathon swim that, like all long-distance swims, will live in your memories forever. I don't know about you, but I've got this swim on my bucket list for when I get to visit the beautiful land of the Kiwi. Jump on swimscape.co.nz or email info@swimscape.co.nz to book your slot. See you in the water.
Did you chafe? Fresh water's a little easier on you, right?
No, chafe. I felt good the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't sore during or after. I felt better after that than I did after Waikiki. Normally get a sore throat from breathing in quite hard, but for some reason I didn't. Though I did get an inflamed tendon in my left shoulder, which
Afterwards.
took a little while.
So, do you think that the fact that you were swimming in fresh water made a difference? Because I know the salt can really get your mouth. So did that make it a little bit easier because you didn't have the salt aspect?
Yeah, I think definitely. But I think people could do more for that. I think if you had, say, coconut cream, have a feed, then coat your mouth with that.
Maybe.
I don't know why people don't do that.
I tried Listerine on a long swim. And wow, it tasted so bad when it went in. I thought this was the worst thing I've ever done. But for the next half an hour afterwards, my mouth felt so good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Listerine mouthwash.
Listerine mouthwash. Yeah.
You heard it here first, people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've never done it again. I tell you, when I took it in, it wasn't initially a pleasant experience at all. But my mouth did feel wonderful afterwards. It really kind of reset. Yeah.
Weird and wonderful stuff that you guys have tried, eh?
Yeah.
The support crew passing you some of the story.
Don't swallow.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
I'd stay away from that stuff.
So by this stage, you would be getting to, I guess, the area of the swim where you would start feeling the tidal influence?
Yeah. And it does, like it really gets low. You wouldn't know it, but you can't get a boat when the tide's out for quite a lot of that section.
Okay.
Which we'd known. And there's various channels around it, down different islands. because it widens out a huge amount down the bottom there.
So did the boat leave you at that stage?
No. That was able to manage the whole way down, actually, I think. Yeah, because the tide was still in, it was still going out, so we didn't hit it at low tide until later.
Okay.
As we got further down, we did run out of water and the tide started to come in.
Okay.
And we had to stop 2K short
Okay.
because we were getting
Pushed back up
against the tide. Didn't have a choice at that stage,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So 2K short and the writing was on the wall.
So 150 Ks. 148 Ks?
Including going backwards and forwards.
Yeah. Well, 160.
Yeah, so I don't know,
Okay.
40 something.
I'm sure you weren't disappointed with having to stop a little shy, or were you?
I felt that in my head, I felt like an anticlimax
Okay.
to get out, just because I've been enjoying the whole team thing.
Yep.
And I knew when I got out, we were going to have to go our own separate ways. And that was what I was thinking about.
Okay.
Because there were such awesome people. Like, they were all incredible.
Well, I guess the only thing you can do is do another stupid swim and invite them all back again, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So next year or the year after or the year after?
Yes.
How does that work?
Not next year. It's we see who's got the pants on, whether it's the year after or the year after.
Okay.
So I suppose the next question is, are you up for a sort of consultancy for people who might want to do a little camping swim down the river, just so that, they might know what to expect?
Absolutely. I'm happy to help anyone out on anything if people want to chat about stuff. Like I say, everyone's so different.
Yeah.
I have worked out something that works for me. And it fits the type of swims I like doing. I'm not fast, I don't think. I'm so excited about this. I really love doing it. And I get excited the night before I'm about to do a squad swim, thinking about what I'm working on. And
Hey, Clever Dicks listeners. I'm Merla, the head coach from Swims Mid Auckland. Wondering how to improve your stroke or break through a performance plateau? Our swim analysis session will help unlock your potential by capturing your stroke from every angle and showing how to correct it. We use a swim methodology, focusing on the individual rather than the stroke. Use a code CleverDicks to get 15% off if you book a vid analysis session before the end of this year. And if you're in Auckland or visiting, come check out our awesome squad. The first session, always free. Find us online, swimsmidauckland.co.nz.
A bit of a detour, but as part of your, I would imagine, part of your experimentation or part of your prep for this swim, you did a 24-hour pool swim.
That was so good. I would recommend that to anyone if you want to work out your nutrition. You can't work out your nutrition, I don't think, on a 4 or 5 hour swim. Because, like I say, I can swim 4 or 5 hours without eating the night before or the morning.
Yeah.
How do you work out your nutrition? You need longer, really, I think.
So, Fool's Pool.
Yeah.
20, what is the date? Can't remember.
I can't
I think it's the
What day was it?
24th of October. We are doing the second annual New Zealand 24-hour pool champs. We're hoping that you're going to come and defend your title.
I said I'd never do it again, but yeah, I'm in.
Nice.
It's really interesting. And, this big swimming's all about the mind. And I gave myself a good stern talking to before the last swim. It's like, right, if you feel like getting out, you're not going to do it. And then your brain just bypasses your conscious mind. And I got out because I didn't want to have any more of that stuff I was eating. And
The 24-hour pool swim.
yeah,
Okay.
I couldn't face it anymore.
What were you eating?
Perpetuum, strawberry and
Okay.
chocolate, I think it was. And then I think I'd eaten everyone else's food as well by that stage. And so I had to go back to mine. It was like, I smelt it. And even to this day, when I smell it, I feel like dry reaching. That's another reason.
Well, I'm thankful you didn't experiment with trying to go to the loo in that pool swim. Thank you, guys.
As far as you know.
Did you get like sore, I don't know, legs, back from tumble turning in that swim, or?
My lower back from all those tumble turns.
Yeah, that's a lot of tumble turns.
There's a lot of tumble turns. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm keen to go back. I'm keen to try out some different
new shit,
nutrition. I'm quite keen to see how far you can go on low carb.
So there was that Polish dude that the record apparently, I mean, he's like some ex-Olympian or something crazy like that, right? So a real fast swimmer. But I think he did 103 kilometers.
That's nuts.
What do you reckon, like, all things being equal, training going well, what do you reckon is possible for you?
For me, for maybe 75. I
Okay.
don't know. Maybe not even that.
Well, I reckon it's doable. If I think back, and this is me hacking away on the side, right? But you seemed to be swimming really fast in that swim, but then you were taking breaks.
I took one break for hours.
Yeah.
So I think it was 56 continuous without stopping.
Okay.
And then I had that
Okay.
brain shortcut.
Yeah.
And then I got back in and I was swimming a lot faster at the end.
Okay.
I felt better the longer I went.
Okay.
So that's probably more that fat burning because I stopped eating.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I felt better at the end than I did halfway through.
So here's another question, right? I've been similar to you and your school cross country, and similar to you as well, Jim, with your sort of marathon running background. My background's also running, and I've been watching and researching quite a lot of the Barkley Marathon. Do you know about the Barkley Marathon? You know about it, right?
Yeah. I was talking to one of my other mates about it. I found lots there as well. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I can give you a brief summary, right?
Is it that South African one?
No. This is in the States. It's up in fucking Tennessee or like somewhere in the sort of woods. And the story goes that there was like a ultra marathon group that used to go out into the sort of mountains and run and do all of these long runs. And there's a prison out there somewhere, and there was like this jailbreak, and the guys escaped and ran out. And I believe he was gone for like, I think, again, the stats are maybe a little wrong, right? But the dude was gone for 3 days before they found him. And he had only covered like 12 miles or something like that. Obviously, he wasn't a runner, blah, blah, blah. So these runner dudes were like, oh, mate, I reckon we could wax that. We could go way further than he could go, right? And they started this Barkley Marathon. And the whole idea was it's loops. And there's a 60-hour cutoff. Mm-hmm. And it's generally 5 loops, right? And a lot of people get past 3 loops, and then you get a pat on the back, and they call that the fun run. That's like 60 miles or 70 miles or something is like the fun run, right? But it's up through the mountains, and it's a little bit of like orienteering. So you've got to, on your lap, you have to like find a book that the race organizers have left under the big oak tree next to the river, whatever it is. And if your race number is like number 13, you've got to rip out page 13 and then return it to the race organizer on your lap to prove that you've done the whole lap.
Yeah.
Now, this year's Barkley Marathon, nobody finished. Nobody finished, not one, right? In history, there's only ever been one woman that's finished. And like on average, the stats are something stupid. Like there's been, whatever it is, let's say there's been 200 or 300 runners. Only like 16 or 20 of the guys have actually ever finished the Barkley Marathon. Right? So if I was a runner, I'd be like hell-bent on, like that would be my thing, right? So what's the swimming version that we can do of the Barkley Marathon?
It's funny because I've got an answer for you. I reckon what you do is swim the tides. And the cool thing about this is that anyone could do it, anyone of any ability. So, for example, you start in, say, Long Bay.
Yeah.
Long Bay.
Yep.
And then on a low tide, and then you swim in, and maybe it's maybe if you're good, you can get to Takapuna. Maybe if not,
wherever you get to,
whatever it is. I don't know the North Shore, and then so that's the change of tide, and then you get back in again, and you could swim as many tides.
Okay.
You could do that anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Anyone of any ability could do
Just
it.
go up and down with the tide.
Yeah.
I like that.
You don't need a lot of support. Just one guy in a kayak.
Close to the beach.
So you say 5 tides?
Yeah. You could.
Yeah,
That's
5
just 60
tides.
hours.
There you go. Not 5 laps, 5 tides.
5 tides.
There you
I think you're onto something.
And
You
then,
can do it anywhere in the world.
and then you compare distances.
Now, the way he starts this race, because I think I'm having a glimpse into the future here, you might need to be the starter if you're not swimming. I suppose you'll be swimming, but you can start and swim.
How would I say?
So he says, hey guys, the race is on the last weekend of April, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But now it's not called Saturday, 8 a.m. we start. The race starts when he feels it's good to start, right? So part of the intrigue and part of the, I don't know, the stress is you can't go and have like a full night's sleep thinking tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up at 6, eat, and then I'll be ready to race by 8. Because he's going to call it. And the way that he calls it is he lights a cigarette.
But apparently an hour before, you've got an hour's worth of prep after he lights a cigarette.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So he lights a cigarette and everybody's like, oh my God, I've got to get ready, right? But until then, you're like nervously waiting around. Everybody's like watching this dude to see when he lights up a cigarette. And it might be on the Sunday, it might be on the Friday, it might be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it might be at 6 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to need to get you some cigars, maybe. Need
I don't know.
something.
Sounds a bit egotistic.
That'll match that mustache.
So if you're doing a swim the tide, that's not going to work. But I like the idea,
Catch a fish. or
Anyone could do it.
something.
Yeah. Catch fish. Did you hear about my swim fishing?
No.
So I've had all sorts of ways of trying to make swimming fun.
Yes.
I don't know. One of them was tie a fishing line to your tow float
Yes.
and see if
With
you can
no
catch a fish
bait.
with a spinner.
Okay.
Try and catch a kapawai.
And any successes?
I was about called a swimmer. And then I thought maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
I was going to say, it's something that I could do because I'm at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would be worried of it attracting, because if you catch a fish,
Yeah.
that's going to attract something else, right?
Yeah.
Well, then
I
you-
don't think things through that.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
There was an old
Scratch
woman who
that,
swallowed
yeah. There was some dude in the news a couple of weeks ago in Israel, I believe, who was hell bent on getting a real cool GoPro video of sharks. Did you read about it?
No, I did not.
So instead of, whatever, he had his fins and his snorkels and all that crap, and he decided to bait himself. And he got munched.
What a surprise.
He got munched. But I'm hoping the footage was pretty cool.
Yeah. Hope the shark did.
What an idiot, eh?
What an idiot.
Anyway.
All right. So you're probably just about on time now. So after the swim, body okay? You said that you had a bit of a shoulder issue. Is that all sorted now?
So I've been back into the swimming for quite a while.
Yeah.
Feels
good?
Feels good. I'm doing my own sort of training now. I think that
you've got a 3-year build up to the next swim, right?
Yeah. do. Yeah. So I've been leaning into that, all that research I've been looking at, and having something that suits more the way I think.
Yep.
So I've got a squad of 1.
Yeah. And you're thinking about what the next challenge could be. Yeah. That's part of the process, I presume. Local?
Well, I've been thinking, I'd like to do something a bit longer.
Yep.
Because do it till you break it, son.
Yep. Yeah.
And I haven't broken it yet, so I think I'd like to try a 48 hour. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure I could have gone another night.
Okay. So what's the longest? Is like 60 hours, 61 hours.
That's what
so?
Neil A just did. Yeah, it was just over 60 hours. Yeah.
And if I think back to like Diana Nyad and Sarah Thomas and all of those, that's all been like 50 something hours.
50-ish. Yeah.
I get a bold for that. I'm in my mid-50s.
You told us last time that you were going to get better and better as you get older.
Well, I have been.
So what's mid-50s?
Some stage we got to...
So 55 is like the new 75, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I'm
The
going to tell
new
myself
75.
that.
Are you supposed to go the other way?
Well, no, he's still on the build-up. Yeah.
I've just turned 50. Brian, you're a legend, dude, and we'll see you again in 18 months' time or maybe 2 years' time for another chat about the next stupid thing that you've done.
Yep.
You're an inspiration to tons of crazy people out there, and keep going, dude.
We'll see in your head, I reckon. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to chat about anything, if they're planning on training for something, I'm more than happy. Reach out.
Jim will put your contact details on.
Yep. Just email. If I can put an email in the...
my link's probably on my
Instagram.
Instagram. I'll put a link to your Instagram, and they can reach out through that.
Every 6 months.
Yeah. I'm really reliable like that. Yeah, I check Facebook monthly. Yeah.
That's
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful chat. Thanks.
Alrighty. Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Hi, my name is Caitlin O'Reilly. I'm the youngest person to have completed the Ocean 7 Challenge. If this really cool podcast has helped you learn something new, maybe it's introduced you to new swimmers, made you smile, then please take the opportunity to subscribe to Duncan and Jim's channel. I'm sure they would absolutely appreciate all your support. Cheers.
Thanks, Caitlin. Well, as always, you can give us feedback on our Instagram account @cleverdix, or send us an email, cleverdixnz@gmail.com. We'd really appreciate hearing from you. And cheers. We'll speak to you again soon.